Alright, this is going to be a good one just to watch. Maybe the flow. And I don't know, this is how I do it too, but as you see here, we're at the gate, where it's cold and dark. Not a whole lot going on. This is a Nimbus Miami airport. Amazing. They did such a good job on it. Even the internal parts of the airport. It's great. Look up. This is a Zibo 737s. This is every time drop the battery guard. I always set the navs to align. That's just me. Let's put our anti-collision light on. And I'm starting the APU because I'm not using ground power. Do one on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait for an oil light. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait for activity where it starts coming up. Right. Emergency light is dropped. I have the fuel pumps off right now. We're going to go ahead and go to the FMC. Actually, before we do that though, I'm about to get ahead of myself. Let's do a quick test. Three green. 3 green. The APU is up, so we're going to go ahead. Stop. Bus is on. GPS. It doesn't actually come up that way that fast in real life. That's because I have it set to a faster speed. Right, route. A flight plan request. I already have it loaded in SimBrief. That is the correct one. We're going to load and activate that. Now I'm going to go to, from just where I am right here, before I do anything else, I'm going to go over here to fuel and weight balance, airside services, and I'm going to load OFP. So here we got cargo, 9,510 pounds of cargo coming, 18,000 pounds of fuel. Zero fuel weight is going to be 129,754. And let's get that going. Brian, get our IFR clearance.
I'll handle the IFR clearance request.
Miami clearance, Delta 9964, requesting IFR clearance. We have Quebec.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by. Delta 9964 cleared to Atlanta via the Flamgo 2 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 7,000. Expect flight level 34010 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.7, squawk 7635. Expect runway 8 right.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Cabin level 3, 4,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking off in just a few minutes. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all calls.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Our reserve fuel is 8.0. Flaps will be at 5. Center of gravity at 28.8. Our runway wind. Good. 346 be here. Initial heading be 08. Actually, yeah, that's about as close as I get right now. We're departing from 8 right, Flamingo, Stymie. We're going to arrive on 09 right, Sith, Lars. That looks good. Brian, let's do a takeoff brief.
We'll be departing from runway 8 right via the Flamgo 2 departure. Initial climb clearance to 7,000. Transition altitude is 18,000. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile, climbing to flight level 340. Weather at departure shows winds 09 or 0 at 14 gusting 21. Visibility 10 miles. In case of engine failure below 400, continue straight ahead. Above 400, follow engine out SID procedure. For emergencies before V1, reject takeoff. After V1, continue takeoff and handle emergency. Cleared as filed. Squawk 7,635, departure frequency 119.7, flaps 5 for takeoff. V1 is 142 knots. VR is 147 knots. V2 is 152 knots. Climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
Okay, you're in charge of all comms.
I am now in charge of all comms, Steve.
Please get our pushback and start clearance.
Ground to
I'll
cockpit.
handle the
Please
pushback
show
request.
me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Miami ground, Delta 9964 requesting pushback. We have Quebec.
In addition to any crew member instruction, smoking is not allowed on any Delta flight.
Pushback approved. Tail east.
And federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a restroom smoke.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, the panels above your seat will open, revealing oxygen mass. If this happens, reach up and breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Engine 2.
Hey. 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 Hey.
Flight attendants, prepare your
Quit
doors for
blinding
departure,
me with
please.
your
Cross-check
landing
and all call.
lights. Turn them off.
Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on board your
All
Delta
right.
flight. So in just a moment, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the safety features of this aircraft. We kindly ask that you please direct your attention to the video monitors and flight attendants in the aisle, even if you are a crew flyer. Thank you so much.
Turn them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118
Welcome aboard, and thank you for choosing Delta for 100 years and counting.
Delta.
Delta.
Delta. Delta Airlines.
Before we take off,
The health and safety of our customers and crew is our #1 priority and the shared responsibility of everyone on board. So, before we depart, please pay attention to this important message. Stow all carry-on items in an overhead bin and place smaller items completely under the seat in front of you.
Larger electronic devices must be placed in a bag. Handheld portable electronic devices, including mobile phones, should also be secured.
Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear. If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help.
As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the buckle. If your seat has a shoulder harness, attach the metal tip to the fitting on the belt. To release, push the metal tip down. Stay seated with your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on, and keep it fastened whenever you're seated in case of sudden rough air. In the event of rough air, the crew might also need to buckle up for safety. We appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Federal regulations require all passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions, along with the posted placard and lighted information signs throughout the cabin. Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors.
Welcome aboard Delta Airlines. Flight
There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors,
heading to Atlanta.
4 on each side.
We kindly
Each door
ask that
has
you
a
take your
detachable
seats.
slide that can be used
According
as
to
a
your
wrap.
boarding passes,
In the event of an
and stow your
evacuation,
hand luggage
leave
in
all
the
bags
overhead
behind.
bins or
Carry
under
and
the
baggage
seats in
will
front of
slow
you.
the evacuation.
If you need any
All
assistance,
exits are clearly
please feel
marked
free
with
to
the
reach
green
out to
exit
any
symbol.
member
Locate
of
the
our
nearest
crew.
exits and remember,
Thank you for
they might
choosing
be
Delta
behind
Airlines.
you. If
We
we
hope
lose
you enjoy
power,
your flight.
lights will illuminate the aisles to guide you to an exit.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from the panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull a mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note the oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level.
Taxi
A
clearance.
water-activated light is attached to each vest. For children under 35
I'll
pounds,
handle the taxi
place the
clearance
vest
request.
around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for in-lap children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Before takeoff, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table, footrest, and leg rest. Be sure you fastened your seatbelt low and tight across your lap, carry-on items secured, and armrests are at resting position, or as otherwise indicated on the placard in front of you. If you have a suite door, ensure it's open. See placard instructions inside the suite door for opening instructions in case of emergency. Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket.
As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we take off into the future, sit back and relax. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta, today and for the next 100 years.
run, we're ready for our takeoff moves.
I'll get our takeoff clearance.
Miami Tower, Delta 9964. Holding short of runway 8 right, we're ready for departure.
Delta 9964, Miami Tower, runway 8 right, winds 090 at 14, gusting 21. RNAV sea salt, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 8 right, RNAV sea salt, cleared for takeoff, Delta 9964.
Approaching runway 8, right. Approaching runway 8, right.
I got turned around. I just went too far. That's why this is a confusing intersection.
Approaching runway 8, right.
Right, we're lined up. And one. More pressure, yep.
On runway 8, right, remaining 9,500 feet.
80 knots. V1, rotate. Rotate. Positive rate.
Approaching runway 8, right.
Delta 9964, contact departure on 119.7.
Don't sink.
1,000.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Sink rate. Sink rate.
Miami Tower to Delta 9964.
Don't sink.
Good morning, descending 1000.
Got a little crazy.
Delta 9964, Miami departure, radar contact. Climb via the sit turn left, heading 020, vectors to deals, then on course. Climb via the sit, left heading 020, vectors to deals. Delta 9964.
7,000 to go.
Delta 9964, contact Palm Beach approach on 124.6.
Switching to Palm Beach approach on 124.6, Delta 9964. Palm Beach approach, Delta 9964. Good morning, maintaining 7,000. Delta 9964, Palm Beach approach. Good morning, Hollywood altimeter 3013. Altimeter 3013, Delta 9964. Climb and maintain flight level 250, Delta 9964.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, I'd like to extend a special
Dear guests,
thank you
we
to
have
each
now
of you.
climbed above 10,000
And welcome back to our
feet.
SkyMall members
The use
and
of
Brilliant
approved
Milers.
electronic devices is
Your business
permitted in
and
flight
loyalty are
mode.
greatly appreciated
Our
by
cabin
the
service
entire
will begin
Delta
shortly.
family.
Thank you for
For
your
your
attention.
safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution in opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. Now reach an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pockets in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, it will be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies.
Delta 9964, climb and maintain
Beer, wine,
flight
and
level
spirits are available
00.
complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages,
Delta
as well as our
9964.
fresh eats items can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. TV shows, movies, and music. You will find that this screen Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know. They are yours complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
9964. Good morning, 15000 for flight level 300.
Delta 9964, Miami approach, good morning. Delta 9964, contact Miami Oceanic Center on 126.325.
Switching to Miami Oceanic Center on 126.325, Delta 9964. Miami Oceanic Center, Delta 9964. Good morning, flight level 180 for flight level 300.
Delta 9964, Miami Oceanic Center, good morning. Delta 9964, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340, Delta 9964.
Delta 9964, contact Miami Center on 133.55.
Switching to Miami Center on 133.55, Delta 9964. Miami Center, Delta 9964. Good morning, climbing through flight level 220 for flight level 340.
Delta 9964, Miami Center, good morning.
blessing to go.
Dear guests, the cabin crew will now begin the snack and beverage service. We invite you to try our popular pretzels and refreshing soft drinks. After the service, selected items from the Delta Airlines shop will be available for your enjoyment. Thank you for your attention. Would you like anything to drink or a small snack while I'm here?
Delta 9964, contact Jacksonville Center on 133.325.
Jacksonville Center, Delta 9964. Good morning at flight level 340.
Delta 9964, Jacksonville Center, good morning. Delta 9964, contact Jacksonville Center on 126.35.
Switching to Jacksonville Center on Jacksonville Center, Delta 9964. Good morning with you, flight level 340.
Delta 9964, Jacksonville Center, good morning.
Brian, would you get our descent clearance to start our descent?
I'll request descent clearance from Jacksonville Center.
We are preparing for descent. We are about to descend.
Copy, Captain. I will prepare the cabin for descent now. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be beginning our descent shortly. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. Thank you.
Delta 99964 requesting clearance to descend on the Sith 3 arrival.
Delta 9964, descend via Sith 3 to 12,000 Lars, transition into Atlanta, altimeter 3025.
Descend via Sith 3 to 12,000 Lars, transition into Atlanta, altimeter 3025, Delta 9964.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude and have begun our approach to Hartsfield-Jackson, Atlanta International Airport. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, fasten your seatbelts, and note that the use of the lavatories is no longer permitted. Thank you for your cooperation.
Brian, let's do the approach briefing.
We'll be arriving in Atlanta on runway 9 right using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the SIT-3 arrival. Transition level is 18,000 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 9 right. Weather at arrival shows winds 160 at 6 knots. Overcast at 800 feet. No significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 7635, and approach frequency will be 124.6. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to gate, concourse B gate 20. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
ILS frequencies are already set to 108.90, and our course heading is set to 095 on both course heading directors.
I can't handle that particular task.
I was just talking.
Delta 9964, contact Atlanta Center on 127.905.
Atlanta Center, Delta 9964. Good morning, flight level 310 for 12000.
Delta 9964, Atlanta Center, good morning.
We're going to be going past the airport and coming back for an approach on 09. It's not a straight in approach. Very controlled descent. That's what I like. Sometimes I like starting a little bit earlier, like 10 to 20 miles before start of descent, because it's like it decreases my angle. And, it's just smoother. What I remember the most about flying into JFK, and also flying, well, more flying back into Greensboro, was in the Embraer E175, is there was extensive use of the air brakes to keep the speed down as it descended, because I don't know if the angle was more feet per minute or a little harsher, but I just noticed, it's just something I noticed. Speed brake coming out. It worked. So we're actually only 88 miles from Atlanta, but we have to do about 30 miles of transition to get around to the approach path. Weather looks really good.
Information Whiskey. Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Information Whiskey. 1252 Zulu. Arriving runways 26 right, 27 left, 28. Departing runways 27 right, 26 left. Wind 160 at 6. Visibility 10. Overcast at 800. Temperature 18, dew point 15. Altimeter 3030. Density altitude 1200 feet. Caution bird activity. Touchdown zone lights are currently intermittent. Monitor for updates. Advise on initial contact. You have information Whiskey.
Alright, concern I have is that arriving runways are 26 right, 26 left, and 28.
Information Whiskey. 1252 Zulu. Arriving runways 26 right, 27 left, 28. Departing runways 27 right, 26 left. Wind 160 at 6. Visibility 10. Overcast at 800. Temperature 18, dew point 15. Altimeter 30.
Atlanta Center, Delta 9964, morning, descending from flight level 260 to 12000.
Delta 99 9964, descend and maintain 12000.
Descending and maintaining 12000, Delta 9964.
I don't understand because our flight plan shows 08 right as an arrival runway and 08 left. I show departure runways 10 and 27 left and 27 28 28. Okay. Alright. I think it's going to be a problem. I went ahead and switched over to transition to altimeter setting, not as standard. So we're off 2992. It's now 3025.
Contact Atlanta approach on 127.9er.
Atlanta approach Delta 9964. Good morning, descending flight level 180 for 12000.
Delta 9964, Atlanta approach, good morning, expect the ILS runway 9er right approach into
have not changed the runway, and we'll see if it still lines up. Just confused by the ATIS. Making that turn onto downwind. No, not yet, not yet. We're still on our 6th arrival, but we'll be making a turn at Fries onto downwind. Got a very smooth approach, steady descent, but the winds are rather light also. Go ahead and turn on our landing lights. Time in flight's hour and 21 minutes. We are from Miami to Atlanta, and we should be arriving in about 15 minutes. downwind right now. And we'll stay at 2,000 for about another 4.5 miles. And for Remac, we'll be going down to 10,000, and then we'll step it down. Let's do a double take on our any vectoring or discontinuities. We're good. I don't want vectoring. Honestly, I'm saying that. I'm not the ATC. But I took the vector out. If they're going to try to vector us, I'll listen. About 10 minutes outside of Atlanta. Coming in on 9 right. Right, do the approach briefing.
We'll be arriving in Atlanta on runway 9 right using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the SIT-3 arrival. Transition level is 18,000 feet. After the start, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 9 right. Weather at arrival shows winds 160 at 6 knots. Overcast at 800 feet. No significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 7635 and approach frequency will be 124.6. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to gate. Concourse B, gate 20. I think we're ready for the arrival, Steve.
I believe you're right. Okay, we're just past Remac. Going to Dactyl. We're at 12,000 right now. Technically, we're not 12,000. We're actually 11,000. The elevation on runway 9 right is 1,026 feet. We're using a auto brake setting or an anti-skid setting of 2. But technically speaking, you can probably get by with a 1 with our current aircraft weight. But we're going to use 2. One last calculation we can do. So we'll go here to our fuel and weight balance, and let's double check that weight. So our current gross weight is 139,800. So let's put that in there. Runway is 9 right. Winds are 160 at 6 knots. Brakes are set to 2. Reversers. Not sure what reverse that means. Auto brake setting of 2 gives us 2,197 meters of runway. We need to be on a VREF setting of full flaps plus 5.
Delta 9964, turn left, heading 210 vectors for the ILS runway 9 right approach.
So 144.
Left heading 210 vectors for the ILS runway 9 right approach. Delta 9964.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on our final approach into Atlanta. Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Ensure your tray table runway. Your seats are in their full upright position.
Delta 9964, descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Turn right, heading 045, altimeter 3030.
Degrees Fahrenheit. Our assigned gate is Concourse B, Gate 20. Thank you for your attention as we prepare for
Delta 9964, 11 miles from Easy. Turn right, heading 060, descend and maintain 4,000 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 9 right approach.
Descend and maintain 5,000. Right turn heading 045, altimeter 3030, Delta 9964. Delta 9964.
Okay, course headings are set correctly. Frequency is set to 10890. Auto brake is set to 2, and that's good. And we're ready to hit the approach button. Right, approach is actively seeking. Flaps are set at 1. Flaps are at 5. 5 setting. Flap setting 5. Captured and B active. Command B. $15 miles out. And there is a runway out there somewhere. I can see it.
Delta 9964, contact Atlanta Tower on 119.1.
Attention, please prepare the cab for arrival.
Contacting Atlanta Tower. Atlanta Tower, Delta 9964. Good morning, established on the ILS runway 9 right approach.
Delta 9964, Atlanta Tower, roger. Delta 9964, winds 160 at 6. Runway 9 right, clear to land. Caution bird activity.
there. Flaps are full. Throttle is fine.
$1,000. 1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Approaching runway 10. Caution, caution. Approaching runway 9, right.
400. 300. 200.
Feels good. All right, got a little 7 wind, 7 knot
100.
crosswind, no problem.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Push me there from to the right. That's all right. Got it. Down here. 80 knots.
Delta 9964, welcome to Atlanta. Contact ground on 121.65.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the captain has parked the aircraft at the gate
Switching to ground
and
on
turned off the seatbelt sign. This will be your one and only indication that it's safe for you to
Ladies
stop
and
Delta
gentlemen,
cabin.
welcome
Good morning,
to
clear to
Atlanta.
runway, ready to taxi.
Did you know that Atlanta is known as the city in a forest due to its abundance of trees? We appreciate you flying with Delta Airlines today. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until you reach the final parking position. On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with Delta Airlines. The local time in Atlanta is 9:57 a.m.
Your travel needs, including checking in for a flight and managing your SkyMiles accounts.
Concourse B gate 20 via November 10 Delta Mike
If
Lima
any of you
42
should have
South
questions regarding ground transportation, baggage claim, or any other information, a uniform Delta agent leading this flight will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have.
Right.
On behalf of the Delta Sky team, our global
Approaching
partners,
runway
and flight
2,
crew,
7.
we'd like to thank you all
right.
for flying with us. We've enjoyed having you on board and look forward to the opportunity to serve you once again. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.
We get
Flight
part
attendants,
10.
prepare
I'll go
doors
back
for
in.
arrival,
We'll do a
please cross
replay.
check and all call.
It's Friday morning at the airport here. Busy, busy. busiest airport in the United States. Some may argue that, but I believe it's true. There's a plane landing about every 45 seconds here. I noticed that up there. Now, on with Traffic Global as the traffic insertion, it does mean that I could get to my gate and there is a plane there. But Traffic Global's got a built-in feature where I can get my space back. If I start pulling in, that plane disappears. Just goes away. And it does look like, yeah, this Spirit jet's going to be going away. I'll show you. So if I pull in here, back behind his tail, he goes away. Right. Parking brakes. Ground services, GPU, set chocks, start the ground power, take your fuel down, bring fuel back, logo light off, position light off, collision, so all lights are off and seat belts are now off. That is very odd because the jetway is not working. Usually it's working. It's alright. Not sweating that. Does it not like my position? Maybe. Maybe. Okay. In any case, let's go ahead and finish out the flight. Had a good landing. Had a 205. 205 was good. What did it not like? There's something it didn't like about my flight today. How did I get like a bad approach? Ooh, that was ugly, but I'm not sure what's wrong. I thought approach was like remarkable, like just smooth, like so I'm not sure what's wrong. We'll have to go back and study that later. Okay. All right. Let's go to show ground handling. No, it's my fault. Replay. And let's go watch. That was really good. I'm not sure.